8 years down the line, I still remember the story of NEO-HEN farms, how it started with just very few chicken up to where we are today. But farmers, the journey has not been easy. This business is full of scammers. As scammers are all over, we have the professional scammers who scam you in form of sellers. We have another professional scammers who scam you in terms of buyers. And in this journey, I have been able to witness very many things which has costed very many farmers their hard-earned money. I saw a case in the previous year about a lady in Nairobi who was buying broilers. Then she would request you to send the broilers. She give you a vogue check. Then you realize there is no money in the bank account. That is just one. I want to address some of these scams and some of these challenges I encountered in the journey up to now, so that you may be able to address them and be able to succeed into a poultry farming. It might look very lucrative, but if you are not very keen, sometimes you might be washed or scammed all the money you have invested in your business. Is a reality we cannot go against, and what is the real thing, what happens in every poultry farming sector. So it's good, we need to learn these things, we need to learn these mistakes so that we may be able to implement them. I will be sharing my journey step by step, some of the mistakes I made, the experiences I learned up to now, up to where I've reached. The business itself is full of scams, as I've told you. One scam comes now on the issue of suppliers. This is how you can be scammed by your supplier. Maybe you are a new farmer, you don't know where you are going to buy your quality chicks. Then you just get somebody advertising over the internet. You don't know their source, you don't know how they get those chicks, you don't understand the process. They sell you low quality chicks which end up dying, or they may decide to grow at a very slower rate. I have seen a case of a farmer who was sold cockerels which does not grow. They have taken 4 months, but they still look like chicks of just 3 weeks. And this is a reality. Now the farmer has been scammed by a supplier, being supplied with fake chicks, which now costed him a lot of money. He spent a lot of money feeding the chicken. It never fetched now the slaughter weight. It never gave him even a single egg. Then he lost all the money. This is a reality. You realize you as a new farmer, what they do to you, they want to lure you to closer to them. Then they scam you in a polite manner. They scam you in a professional manner. They will sell to you low quality chicks, but you will have nowhere to complain, because they will say, we supply to you the chicks when they are alive, but when the chicks start dying, they leave you alone now to struggle and lose your money. Another scam now comes in the area of feeding. You realize you go in the market, then you get to understand there are very many poultry feed brands in the market. With my experience, I have experienced the same. You decide, I am going to take a shortcut now in this my farm so that I may save on the cost of feeds. You buy low quality feeds where the birds now take longer time period to grow. Then you realize the feed the money which you are saving, the birds will take longer time to grow. Then you run at a loss at the end. Sometimes this feed may bring malnutrition into your birds. Then you will lose all your money. And this is a reality we cannot go against. Very many farmers go through the same. Again, there are some veterinary officers. I'm not saying all, there are some, get me very well. We have some who are professional, but we have others who are quacks, who just come and tell you, no, don't buy this commercial feeds. I'm not advocating for commercial feeds, but I'm just talking from my experience. So they tell you, we have a formula which we are going to give you, which you are going to formulate your own feeds. So you prepare a feed, which I once personally was convinced by one vet, I prepared, and it killed all my chicken. And this is a reality. What do you do? So you realize some of them, they don't understand. The best way to learn, go to a poultry farmer who is doing it practically, then get to learn about the processes, how they are done, as you learn step by step. Failure to do that, you are going to lose. Another scam you realize on the issue of suppliers, what normally happens, you realize these suppliers, they will sell to you maybe, they will give you a wrong prescription. That's why it's very, you are advised to get a professional vet or somebody who is doing already poultry farming to advise you on the kind of drugs you need to use into your poultry farm. Failure to do that, you realize you'll be scammed, then you lose your hard-earned money. And this is a reality we cannot go against. I have suffered through the journey, but it's something worthy. I can recommend somebody to get into the journey, but you need to listen to this video and more of my videos so that you may be able to understand how not to lose your money. Another thing you realize, people come to your farm, then they prescribe you wrong things. Then you are going to lose your money. I want us to get into details on the minor issues I never took in consideration, which costed me a big time, where I ended up losing a lot of money. This is now my breeder farm. There is a lot of beehive of activities going on in this breeder farm, as you can see. This is now after I have worked now for 8 years. I have just decided now to have the fence as at now. But the reality is, this just lack of this fence has costed me money in tunes of millions, where I have lost a lot of money, mostly to maybe thieves breaking in this breeder farm. Then they made away with the chicken. They make away with some of the equipment in this breeder farm, and it is a reality which you cannot go against. I invested much of my money in the stock, and I left now the biosecurity issue at I left it. I never took a keen consideration on it, but I learned with experience. After I realized I was losing a lot of money, why do I just take this 100,000, this 200,000? I do a good fencing, maybe I do a good wall, then I could have saved all the chicken I've lost in this journey. It is a tough reality which many farmers go through. Then they suffer, they lose their hard-earned cash. Then they will continue to lose more money because they are not informed and nobody is telling them why they are losing. So, as I have been telling you, we don't lose chicken because of the major things. We lose our chicken because of the minor issues which we ignore into our poultry farm. And I will be making these videos, reality videos, not just creating content. The real video on what really happens, what really transpires in a successful breeder farm. What these big breeder farms, what these big poultry farmers, they don't show you. I'll be here to show you step by step. So you realize today is a day when the automatic drinkers in this breeder farm, they decided to misbehave. Then this is what exactly happened. I want to show you something which is very much important in this breeder farm, which you might also make a mistake into a poultry farm if you are not very keen. As you can see where I'm stepping now, this is now the beddings for the chicken. To ensure that you don't get some diseases in your poultry farm, ensure that it is very much dry like this. Because if you don't put this into consideration, then diseases will be born, then you will lose all your hard-earned money. This is what just happened. As you can see, let me just show you just behind there, the automatic drinkers. Let it finish. Oh, very nice job, nice job. This is what really happened. You can see under this is summer wet. So this can be a very good breeding place for diseases. If we leave it like this, we'll be forced now to start now buying drugs which are very expensive for taking care of this stock. So it's something you can take care of. Ensure something else, if you don't want to lose money, make sure your feeders are raised very high so that your chicken does not eat from the ground. Then they will conduct coccidiosis and the fall cholera. Because if you don't do this, again, you lose your money, you'll go to your vet, you'll go to somebody maybe who gives you drugs, then they will be able now to give you some prescription. I don't know why these girls are still following on me. I think it's because of the love they have for me. So what we are going to do today, we are going to remove the wet parts, all of them in this pot, in this breeder farm, so that we only remain with the dry wood shavings or the dry beddings alone. If we don't do this, what is going to happen? This breeder farm will become a breeding place of diseases. Then we are going to lose all our investment, which has costed us millions and millions of money. You can see this one is very much okay, but just near they have started now removing the wet part. What we are doing, we are just scooping the wet beddings. Then we are going to replace them with now the dry wood shavings. If we don't do this in your poultry farm, then you are going to lose. This one you will have scammed to yourself. It's a mistake I learned through the hard way. I realized it's better you remove it immediately it gets dirty, or you wait to lose your ad and cash. I don't know why some birds are still giving me floor eggs. It's a challenge, but I'm going to deal with it. And there are very many, I don't know why. There are very many eggs now on the floor. This is the second one, especially here in the center. So farmers, ensure that you don't get scammed, or else you scam yourself in the poultry industry, where you are going to lose your money. Then you are going to hate on this business for the rest of your life. It's good. These are minor issues which can be addressed in a simple manner, which you can just observe and deal with them. If you don't do that, you are going to lose all your ad and money in your business. Then you'll have scammed yourself now in this case. At one point, I lost close to 2,000 birds to coccidiosis just because of leaving the floor of the chicken very wet. So ensure that you remove it immediately it gets dirty, or you get a smell into a poultry farm, so that you may not continue losing your hard-earned money. Back to the story. What has been happening now in my breeder farm, before I done this fencing, this is what they were doing. The workers now could sneak now the birds from the breeder farm. You can see my house is well ventilated, and this is now how a well-structured poultry house should look like. It should be opened from both sides. And remember what? At night we don't remove these, we don't bring them down. These are taplons. We normally leave them up so that clean air can move from the eastern side to the western side to prevent some more diseases. So what these guys could do, they could now get the chicken, get the eggs, then they could sneak it back here. As you can see, there is a very big forest over there. I hope you can see it. Then they could now agree with some people, then they sneak the chicken outside the breeder farm now through this place now to the other side, which is a sad reality. That's why I'm telling you, you can be scammed, you can scam yourself, and it becomes a sad reality. It's very much important you learn by yourself. Be able to run the business by yourself. Then run it. So this is where now I store the manure. What is going to happen after I store this one, I'm going to cover it so that it does not lose all the nutrients in the manure. This is a simple practice. Then this is another revenue stream you can have in your poultry farm so that you don't lose your ad-earned money. I'm trying to have an organic farm over this place where I can have now the kienyeji or the indigenous, I don't know what they call these. I don't know the names, but they are very sweet. I don't know what they call also these, but this one is the one which is very slippery when cooked. I'm trying now to have my organic farm over this place where I'm going to keep my burgers, which I'm going to consume with my workers. I planted this spinach, but the rain just decided to do me the thing. Some of them have sprouted, others are drying up, but I have more on the seed bed which I'm going to replace. So farmers, if you want to invest in this business, there are very many scammers, very many scams. Number one, you can scam yourself. Number two, you can be scammed by a supplier. Number three, you can be scammed by a buyer. I have passed through an experience where somebody paid me via check just to go over the counter with the check, and they realized there was no money in the account. Now I had now to run with the police, but the good thing I managed to nab him before he escaped with the chicken. And it's a tough reality. So guys, make sure you are not scammed. We are here to ensure you do the right thing. Don't learn through experience like us. Watch our videos so that you may learn more and more, so that you may not lose your chicken. Just by not fencing this farm alone has made me lose over 1,000 chicken in this business, which has really costed me through the hard way. Don't be the one to learn through the experiences. Learn through us who failed, and we're implementing now step by step on how you can be able to succeed by your own when you start your own poultry farm. Thank you farmers for watching. See you in the next video. Keep on liking, subscribing and liking our videos, and also our TikTok channel at Lenson Momo or at NEO-HEN Farms. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.